Hey everyone, it's Deja from knitandcrocheteverafter.com, and today is the lame knot garterage. I give the knot after before instead of saying not lame because 80s was all about knot or psych. That's where I came up with my name. I like this stitch pattern. I love the texture that the purl bumps give. It's got cool texture, very cool for self-striping yarn. Download the pattern below and we'll get started, and I'll talk more about it after we're done. Okay, so to start with our lame knot garterage, we're going to do a multiple of any amount of stitches you want. This is super customizable, so any whole number, can't do a half stitch, and you can start. So I did 8 just so we can get through it fast because there's 6 rows, but it's all easy rows, all knit and purling. Really only one purl, which makes this awesome as well. So our first row, we're just going to straight up knit all the way across. This one you kind of probably need to keep track of your rows just because there are so many knit rows before a purl row, I can't talk, purl row, there we go. So our only purl row is row 2. And after that, it is just knitting for days. So we're going to do all purling on row 2. 1, 2, 3. If you lose a stitch, go back, fix it. I hope you don't lose stitches on doing knitting and purling. All right. And then rows 3 through 6 are just knitting. So that's going to give you those purl bumps. So the first 2 rows give you the stockinette in between, and then the next 4 rows create those purl bumps. So if you're really good at counting your rows and you know the difference between knit and purl and what's making what, you don't need to keep track. I keep track because I just need to. So this is row 4. And it looks a little funky right now, but it's about to come together for us. And this is like, why do you even do a video for this? It's pretty simple, right? Like, it's the same stitches over and over, but I get to show you the finished project so you can see what it looks like and give you some tips and pointers and whatever it may be. Not like I really need to give tips or pointers for this. I'm on row 6, last row. But I really like seeing stitch patterns worked up in kind of a bigger swatch than what I may show right here, or what you may see in a picture. And you can kind of see the 3D effect in the back and the front, so I think that's what's really helpful with this stitch pattern being in a video. So that is all of them. Knit, purl, knit, 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 knit. Yep. So you can see how we get those purl bumps and that little straight stockinette. So here's our finished one. And what I find interesting with this now is that the back side looks like straight up purls. You would think like it would kind of be reversible, but it's not. It's full on like you were doing garter stitch the entire time, which I find really cool and interesting because you have the front with the actual stockinette in between. I don't know why. It's like an illusion. I just like it. So it's not really reversible, but if you like the garter stitch backside, you can do reversible projects. But this is cool for like a beanie, maybe some mittens or arm warmers. That would be neat. Self-striping is cool. This worked out really well for the way that these stripes kind of worked out. They kind of went all the way to the edge. But you could also do striped. So if you did 6 rows for each one, you would get that kind of same effect. But that is the lame knot garterage stitch. I am Deja with Knit and Crochet Ever After, and thank you for watching.